everything, what's the lesson right here? What's the lesson you take out of a game like that?
Well, again, it presented us with, a bunch of issues to deal with, and, we're going to have to learn how to do some of them better, both sides of the ball, really. I was proud of them, though. I think that when team gets kind of drug into overtime like that on some tough shots or whatever, it's a lot of times that team will feel sorry for themselves and not come out and play, and we didn't. We came out and went, scored 4-0 on them, and that's what I told them in the locker room. I was proud of them for that, to kind of take the emotional punch there in the gut and take a few deep breaths in the end of the game and go back out there and play the overtime the way they did.
Where do you see Siakam's confidence right now? I mean, the way he was taking the threes, he just looks like.
Yeah,
I know he's
getting better, and he's again, we're hoping and we think he's going to be a complete player, right? Like a guy that can post, a guy that can score in transition, a guy that can play some screen and rolls, set some screen and rolls, and knock down, kick out threes. That's what we're aiming for, and also play the other side of the ball very well with a lot of energy. So I think his confidence is very high. I think it just keeps inching along.
Maybe the best perimeter defender in the world, and Durant still scores 51. What do you do about that?
It's bad coaching, man. I don't know why it's bad coaching. We didn't plan on giving him 51 tonight. He gave it to us. He was unbelievable. He's done that before here, though. Remember that time with OKC when he hit those 3 threes in like 30 seconds, and that one went into overtime too, but I don't think we survived it, if I remember. My memory, as you know, is not very good.
You're on point there.
For Kawhi offensively, is that the most complete game you've seen from him so far?
Seemed a little bit more pep in his step, right? I thought there was a little bit more elevation on some of those pull-up jumpers. Thought there was, he'd been short on some of those and kind of flat-footed, I thought. But he didn't, right from the beginning. He looked like he had a little bit more juice going tonight. And, I think, again, rust, still thought it was some rust coming. Like I've said 3 or 4 times in here, like some of these 9 for 22s are going to turn into 16 for 22s here pretty soon, it looks like to me. And I don't know what his numbers were tonight, but I just felt like he had a better game. And you know what? He should have had about 6 more assists because he kicked a bunch of them out. We didn't make a darn one of them in the second half. And Danny made one, right? But he was getting us. We were getting look after look after look after look because they were sending everybody at him, and we didn't make enough of them. But we will.
What do you think of Kawhi with the bench?
Good. It's again. I've done this a couple games in a row now, and I'm leaning towards this a little bit of starting in the second and fourth quarters. And again, it's not easy because it's not like we practice ever. So this is their practice, right? So they've got to get used to it. And I'm telling Fred and DeLon, I'm saying, listen, just because Kawhi's out there, we got to keep running through our open stuff and triggers and let it happen a little bit. Don't start throwing him the ball and going and standing, right? And I thought DeLon made a couple big shots. Freddie didn't find much tonight. But it's a work in progress, man. Long way to go with that stuff.
Last play of regulation, would you have preferred Kawhi to foul once Kevin came inside the three-point line, or do you just trust him because he's Kawhi?
A little early, maybe to foul. But considering he made it, I wish he would have. No, I'm just kidding. It's a little early. I was thinking it's almost impossible to do it on the fly like that. 14 seconds, and the guy's racing up the floor. Kawhi. Fouling. Place is going crazy. It's going to have to be his read. And I thought he probably felt like he had him. He drove him into the corner, had him completely locked up, and somehow the guy squeezed the shot off and hit it right in the center.
You said it was a little early to foul, and obviously the situation was a bit chaotic. But in general, how much does Kevin having the ball just change that calculus?
Well, it was going through my head a little bit. It was even going through my head up 6. Right, we're up 6, and I was thinking, we ought to just foul them and see if they 2 at a time and at least make this 3 possessions. So I was thinking about it. Maybe I'll do that sometime coming up.